What is going on, beautiful people? I am Lee Hammett, the diagnosed self-aware narcissist known as Mental Healers, and welcome to another episode of A Narcissist Explains. In today's episode, we're going to be talking about how narcissistic people view your apologies as forgiveness to do the same thing to you over and over and over again. Permission to continue to treat you badly. Stay tuned, like and subscribe. Thank you. Yep, this is absolutely 100% true because narcissistic people, toxic people, see your forgiveness, your constant forgiveness and reconciliation as permission and approval to keep hurting you. And if you're new here, I'm a narcissist. I actually have narcissistic personality disorder. So if you're dealing with narcissists and toxic people and you keep constantly forgiving them for doing the same thing over and over and over, or you keep constantly forgiving them for doing different things and reconciling with them over and over again, they take that as permission to keep doing the same thing over and over again. Because in the narcissistic person's mind, like, why wouldn't I keep doing this if you keep forgiving me? Are you not okay with it if you keep forgiving me? Huh? Is it really a big issue if you keep forgiving me? I know some people's religion and whatnot says that forgiveness is next to godliness or whatever. You can forgive them, but you don't have to reconcile with them. You don't have to keep allowing them access to you in your life. There's a difference between forgiveness and reconciliation. You don't have to reconcile with somebody that is intentionally hurting you. Hope this helps. So welcome back, y'all. Welcome back. So if you couldn't read the text on the screen, it says, I eventually realized that their apologies and being forgiven were forms of approval to keep being hurtful. And that is absolutely 100% with no equivocation true. It is with no equivocation. See, I be using big words. I be mixing them up sometimes, y'all, but you know what I mean. But yeah, it's absolutely true because narcissistic people view your constant forgiveness and your constant reconciliation as permission to keep treating you badly. They don't care about being better for you because you keep accepting this terrible version of them, this awful version of them that keeps continuously doing the same thing over and over and over again. Why don't they treat me better? I keep giving them second, third, fourth, 15th time chances and whatever. Why don't they treat me better? Because you don't want to be treated better in the narcissist's mind. If you wanted to be treated better, you would leave me alone. So in my mind, I'm treating you the way you think you should be treated. Why do you keep taking me back? That's the narcissistic mindset. They view your empathy, they view your empathy as a way to mistreat you. Weaponized empathy is a real thing, y'all. They will use your good side. I'm such a nice person. Of course, you're too nice to do anything to me. You're too nice to get me in trouble. You're too nice to leave me alone. You're too nice not to give me another chance. So the more chances you give them, the more it's like you keep signing. It's like you keep signing on to a terrible job. Like they give you a terrible job offer. You be like, I know I shouldn't take this job. This job has mistreated me for years and years and years, but they are offering me a promotion at this job that I hate with less pay, and they're taking away my benefits, and they give me more hours, and I have to work overtime. Like, you see how that works right there? This is how it is, signing on to keep staying in a toxic relationship with the narcissistic person that isn't willing to put the work in onto themselves. They just are not. Can narcissists change, Lee? But what if I keep giving them chances and they go to therapy? Are they serious about therapy? I talk to some narcissistic people that are serious about therapy. I talk to Ben Taylor almost literally every single day. Raw motivation, serious about therapy. Goes to therapy every single week. Holds himself accountable by having a huge, growing public platform on being a self-aware narcissist and the things he's done wrong and the things he's doing now to hold himself accountable to remain in his marriage with his wife. That's Ben Taylor. That's not me. That's not my story. That's Ben Taylor. Raw motivations. Check him out. They have to be willing to put the work in. They're not putting any work in to get you back. They're just apologizing. They're just crying. That's the thing that gets me. They start crying in front of you, and that's it for y'all. That's it right there. They started crying. They boohoo crying. Let me give in to them. No, I don't care if they boohoo crying. I don't care if they ripping their hair out. I don't care if they hitting themselves in the head. Get the hell away from that person. Boohoo crying doesn't mean that they feel sorry for treating you badly. They feel sorry for getting caught and being held accountable. The shame inside that narcissistic person, the toxic person, is bubbling to the surface and is coming out their tear ducts. You think it's tears, it's shame. That is not liquid, it's shame. You know what I mean? If you put your finger in that tear and you taste it like you do a taste test, it's not gonna be salty like a regular tear. It's gonna taste like Goldschlager and regret. and shame. It's gonna taste like Rumple Mints and poison. It's gonna taste like Casamigos and cyanide. Like, stop. I keep having like I'm looking directly into the camera. You gotta, sooner or later, if you wanted to stop, you have to stop it. They're not gonna stop it until the supply, whatever supply they get from you, whenever that runs out, whenever that runs out, then they'll stop. Then they'll give up. Whenever that supply that they get from you runs out, that's when they'll be done with you. That's when they finally give up on you. That's when whatever supply, and when that supply runs out, typically you're broken. You're broken now. You're hurting, and you're not the same you used to be. And then they leave you alone. But guess what? But I did everything for them. I kept forgiving them for all this stuff. They don't care. They're going to take it and give it to the next person. How can they be so heartless? I have a big heart. I'm just telling you, you try to put your heart into a narcissist's body. We don't think the same, y'all. We just don't. Leader, you still do these same things? I'm still a narcissist. I keep conveying that point to y'all. Narcissist to me doesn't mean an evil person. It just means a broken person, a seriously defensive person that if they don't work on themselves, they're going to be self-destructive and other destructive. When I say other destructive, O-T-H-E-R, I know my southern drawl is kind of thick. When I say other destructive, I mean destroying you and themselves at the same time. It's just like if I implode, everybody around me in the blast radius explodes too. If I implode, everybody in my blast radius explodes. So they keep doing this to you over and over again. Why do they keep doing it? Why do you keep going back? I can ask you the same question. Leader, trauma bond. You looked at narcissistic person in the face and say, hey, my toxic person in my life, I'm trauma bonded to you. They're going to look at you like you crazy as hell. Trauma bonded to me? What the hell? What? Huh? You been on TikTok? You been on YouTube, ain't you? You been watching YouTube shorts, haven't you? That's you see, you been on Google too much for me. They're going to use that against you. They'll weaponize your niceness, your empathy. All this stuff is just, they just keep doing it over and over again because you're signing their permission slip. I'm not saying that you deserve to be treated badly. Don't twist my words. Don't manipulate my words. I know how y'all do. But seriously, don't twist the words. Take it for face value. Narcissists and toxic people view constant forgiveness as permission to treat you badly. And Dr. Ramani said that in one of her videos. One of her videos popped up on TikTok one day, and they came up. She said that narcissists view constant forgiveness as permission. But somebody corrected me a long time ago when I did a similar video to this one. They said, Lee, there's a difference between forgiveness and reconciliation, and that woke me up. So you can forgive if your religion says if forgiveness is next to godliness, or if forgiving them helps you heal, helps you move forward, you can forgive them, but you absolutely don't have to allow them access to your life. You don't have to allow them to be. They don't have to remain in your life. They absolutely don't. They don't have to be in your life. They don't have to have access to you. They don't have to get the same access and the same privilege of being around you that they used to before. You can forgive them, but you do not absolutely have to. You do not, under any circumstance, are you required to reconcile with them. Take that for what it is. Believe nothing. Believe nothing. I feel like I'm a stern parent on here right now talking to y'all. Stop reconciling with people that treat you terribly. When you reconcile with them, you're signing on for worse treatment. Yeah, it's going to be good at first. Yeah, they're probably going to clap the steam off your cheeks. They're going to clap the cheeks to the highest of heaven. The drum beat is going to be ferocious. They might put the cheeks on you like they've never put the cheeks on you before. It's going to be ferocious. They're going to get you entangled because makeup cheek clapping is good cheek clapping. It's just, there's so much, and that cheek clap right there can actually get you trauma bonded because there's a lot of trauma and feelings and emotion tied into that, into that makeup stuff. So don't let them clap your cheeks too early. I'm just telling y'all, you have to protect your peace. Protect your peace by cutting off access. You don't have to allow them access to your life. Believe we have kids. You don't have to allow them access to your life. Y'all have kids. Those kids' lives, they probably have to have access to, but your life is separate. Narcissists view your life, you and their kids' lives as a package deal, but you don't have to view it that way because you are not a package deal with your kids. Unless you've been advertising it to that narcissist. See, you got to be with me or you'll get to see your kids. Then more power to you because they're going to take advantage of you and they're going to treat you goddamn terribly because of that. So you have to take back your power. You have to stand in your strength. You don't have to reconcile with them. You don't have to allow them access to your life. That's it. That's it. I'm cutting this video short right now. But before I go, live in-person meetup with Raw Motivations. Carrie McAvoy, who wrote this book right here, Love You More, on Amazon. She wrote that book on Amazon. We're going to be in Durham, North Carolina, July 23rd from 3 p.m. until at the Honeysuckle at Lakewood in Durham, North Carolina. Come through, say hey live. The last one in Virginia Beach was amazing. Thank y'all for coming through to that one. Come through to this one. We're expecting a nice little turnout. Come through, say hey. It's going to be fun, y'all. Stay tuned. And as always, mental health is out. Peace.